Hi, I'm Rinda.
I'm Jim.
We're Heartiness Approach.
Yes, we are. What we want to tell you is when a dream reappears, you grab it and don't let go.
So, we searched, those of you who have been following us for a long time, when we left Oregon, we searched for 7 months to be able to find the perfect place to live that involved...
Perfect's a tough word.
Okay, so what we've learned is that there is no perfect.
No, there's not a perfect.
There is no perfect.
There's a balance to everything.
Yep.
There's pros and cons, and you pick and choose. And what does the most for you, tips the scale in the direction of what you want, then that's the one. So for us, it was Missouri.
It was Missouri. We are to the point now, let me just recap. We had to leave Missouri because of some problems that were going on with both of us, and we've adjusted and fixed both of those problems. And we also had the incredible opportunity to be here in Nevada when our daughter had her twins. And
it wasn't originally part of the plan.
No.
We knew the twins were coming, but we knew that it would be really hard for us to be part of and close to that, and we just kind of set that aside. And as this other situation unfolded, it became a possibility that we could be close to our daughter and help with the twins, and we did. And it's, wow, what a wonderful year this has been.
It's been an incredible, well, they're only 9 months. We've got some more time to go with them.
But we've been here a year.
Yes, we have.
A little over.
Right. And so it's time for us to be able to move to our own homestead, which we will never give up on.
Yeah.
And in so doing, we decided...
I mean, it's been great to share with both our daughter and with Connie and Tim. Wouldn't trade that experience, those experiences for anything.
We've been able to have vegetables and fruit and meat all this time.
And help out with some really, like this hoop house, being able to help put that together.
Yeah, so great experiences.
As we left Missouri, one of our concerns was being close to our children. We really missed family, and at a time of great need for us, having them close felt important. What we've discovered since then is that staying close to our children is next to impossible, because if you pick one as being, this is the one that we can be close to, they may move. 2 of our children have moves in the future planned. And even
a possible third one.
And a possible third. So
we've discovered that you can't follow your children, and many
we
people
knew that.
We knew that.
We knew that.
But let me just say this. In this incredible year, we have been able to visit your sister, visit all of our kids in Colorado, visit our kids in Oregon, be there for very special days and dates, go in Utah countless number of times and be
we're to
with
Utah
them.
every month or
and
so.
then be able to be here. So it's been such a gift of a year.
Yes, it has been a gift.
So what we're saying is our children are going to all parts of the country, so we're not going to follow them.
Right. No, we can't. It doesn't make sense.
So it's time to look for our own place.
Yes.
And that's what we've been doing, is looking. We moved to the barn. It's quiet here.
Yeah, the wind was just whooping the sides too much, making lots of noise. So what can we do? It's not that much wind, but it's enough that it is annoying, and we didn't want to annoy anybody. So we're slow learners. Sometimes we have to do things more than once to...
Just a second.
The wind blew me around. I got wind blown.
And me.
We have to do things more than once. Sometimes twice is enough, sometimes more, but hopefully we can keep it to twice most often before we really learn something correctly. So here we were once again setting off to figure out where is it we want to get Homestead. And so we started the search pretty much like we did the first time.
We looked at cost.
But first we looked at what we felt were some of our favorite places to be.
We did. And you know what we chose more than anything else? We chose Oregon.
Yeah.
So we knew we left Oregon because it was way too expensive. So we looked down south.
Where she has cousins.
I have lots of cousins.
Lots of cousins.
I went to grade school there. And wow, we thought, this is perfect. This is great. Until we really started looking, and we could find fixer-uppers for $350,000 to $400,000.
Without outbuildings. This was just a house that...
We have a chicken over here making noise.
I think... Really? I thought it was rabbits.
No, chicken over there. Rabbits right here.
Okay.
We're in a barn.
But these were houses that needed extensive renovation, and knowing the Oregon climate being so moist, there was going to be lots of mold. And that was a real concern, knowing that on many of the situations we may get into them and find that we have to take it down even further than we thought we did to begin with.
Yeah, like we've never had to do that before with a house.
Anyway, not the kind of project we wanted to undertake. Plus, we'd have to be doing any outbuildings and infrastructure.
I think we're dragging it out.
Well, the point is...
We were going to move to Oregon, but we
had
found
to
out
scratch
we couldn't.
Oregon off the list once again, unfortunately.
So then we just started looking again, and where we found where the land was the right price, and it had good growing, and it had good community, was Missouri, you guys. Missouri. So we started looking again, and we found so many
lots of great,
wonderful
some of them we got pretty
places.
excited about the possibilities.
We did.
It was amazing.
We did. And then another window opened. Good morning!
Good morning! Welcome to Heartiness Acres! Our dear friends had bought our...
Wait a second. Were you just showing our old house?
Yeah.
Are we going back to our old house?
Yes, ma'am.
We get to move back to our house?
What happened, right?
Why is that?
Our friends there had arranged a lease purchase with us, and as it turns out, for several reasons, the purchase part of that arrangement, they're not going to be able to.
I think it had a little bit to do with COVID going on, and he lost his job.
Yeah. And so there's some other factors that come in there. And so for them being able to end the agreement and do it in a way that is good for them and good for us, it's a win-win. They're excited about it because they're going to be...
What are they doing? You haven't told me.
No, you're going to tell. That's what you're telling. That's the part you're telling.
So we are actually going to share the property for a little over a year and a half. And while he gets his master's, and then they're going to move on and buy a place for themselves where he gets his new job. They have cows and mamas and babies on there, and so we hope to learn a lot from them while we're there. But yes,
so we're going back.
We're going back to our land. We're taking our RV. We're going to continue to live in our RV while they are in our home. And they have
which, by the way, they have done a lot of fix-up
quite different home than when we left. And
he's continued from where we left off, and so he did a lot of work, and he's a great craftsman.
So then we have some projects that we're going to be doing in this next year and a half before we move in. We have the juices just going. We're so excited.
Having lived there a year and being able to watch the seasons and observe the property more, and now after another year of thinking about it and also talking to Austin about what's going on at the
we've
property.
known this for about 2 months.
Yeah. So we've been able, originally with that 15 acres, we were like overwhelmed about what to do. And right now we're looking at it, trying to pare things down.
Going, let's see. Where can we get more land if we need it? No, we're fine.
Now, yeah, we have a tendency to overdo. We promise everyone we're going to go at a pace that makes sense. We're going to be aggressive, yes. We're not going to be idle. We have some pretty big visions about what we can accomplish.
Visions of sugar plums dancing in our head. I sit at work and I'm like, concentrating on work, and all of a sudden a project will come in from Missouri, and I just get this big smile on my face. And of course, nobody knows about it at work.
We're going to let you in on some of our initial projects that are going to really shape the direction that we take as we get to the new property. One of them that Renda's most excited about is we're taking one of the buildings that are there, one of the barns that didn't have a lot of use, and it's going to be converted into a commercial kitchen. Big deal, big project, but I'm going to let her tell you about that.
Okay, so you know that I'm getting my master's in holistic nutrition, and I'm putting together my practice so that I will be able to do lots of cooking classes and bring people in to do all sorts of things. I really am loving helping people who are recovering from all kinds of addictions, not only alcohol and drug, but also food addictions, sugar addictions, all of which lead to depression and anxiety. And so I'm really trying to take it from my nursing background and my nutrition background and put them together into a practice. And so my goal is to have this commercial kitchen with an incredible kitchen on one side and then a teaching classroom where they can watch set right up there. We can do all sorts of things there.
Demonstrations, learning, hands-on.
Yep. And so we're going to put that together. Our goal is this year, before we get into all the other stuff, because we're only taking part of the land right now for ourselves. And that way, so that's my dream goal.
Yeah.
And it's going to become a reality. We've already started putting the blueprint together.
Yep.
And then Jim.
The one big undertaking project that turns into hers turns into a business. This is a little more directly into a business. We have a portion of the property in the south part of the pasture area that we are going to turn into a market garden. We have some definite ideas about what we're doing with that. We're going to work toward having a CSA starting in the spring of 2021.
I know this sounds aggressive, but we're only going to have 30 people.
Yeah, it's a limited CSA.
We know that we're not going to do farmers market.
We're going to go, but that's not going to be where we start. That's not going to be the basis.
He says we're going to go. I really don't want to go, but he says we're going to go. Actually, we have an incredible community there that we love at the farmers market. Yeah. So, and that's what's so amazing is the community that we get to go back to. Yep. So excited. So yes, we're doing a CSA.
Yep. And next to the market garden, we're also putting in an elderberry orchard. Now,
which we were going to do originally.
Yeah, that's always been on the plans. And so we're going to, we have the equipment, we have the know-how, we're going to get it started.
Yep, we didn't have the equipment before, and we do.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then up on the hill where you first come in the property is a very horrible piece of land that's been erosioned away.
It's a very eroded. I wouldn't call it a horrible.
I love the place.
It's very eroded.
I love it. It's lined at the back with the forest, then the pond is down there, but it's eroded. So there's not a lot of topsoil.
It still grows some grasses, not as much as what it does down in the bottomlands, but it's sloping, which is part of the problem. And during the heavier rains, it tends to move a lot of the soil around a bit. And probably during the drier times, if there is a rain that happens then, without as much grass and whatnot to hold it back in some of the areas, it's taking it down to where there's mostly... Anyway, it's a mess. It's not ideal land. A little bit of grazing, but hard to do anything else with the way it is right now.
We did have our meat chickens on it, and if you remember, we pulled them across. And I'll show that picture.
And we only used a very small part of it, even for them.
But do you remember, even having them on it that long, the grass underneath turned green?
Yeah, where they had been as compared to where they hadn't been.
Talk about animals and what they can do for your property when paddocked off.
Yes, it was very distinctive, the difference. So that encouraged us in what we've wanted to do, and as we've been planning, what we've decided that we're going to do.
This swell man is going to do some...
We're going to learn how to do swales.
Swales.
And berms. There's a bit to know to get it right, but it's not outrageously difficult. Good videos are going to come out about that as we start undertaking.
And we've been watching some good videos on
but
some people.
I want to get the
Gold Shaw, you have really good videos
yes,
on that.
we
Thank you.
appreciate that. We intend to at least get the initial swale or two coming down the contour of the hill in place this fall before the rains start in the winter and next spring, so that we can capture that and start using it, but also that will abate the flow of the water from being such a problem and start improving what's happening on that hillside.
Now, we know right now we're going to get a lot of comments saying, slow down, take it easy, don't overwork yourselves, and we definitely understand that. When we move back into our home, we are fixing our RV. It'll be covered and surrounded so that it's not wind and everything. That will be available where we are going to bring intern onto our property and work with them as they work with us.
Perhaps apprentices.
Yep.
It really depends on the projects, what state they're in.
So we, and before, during this year, before we have place for them to be, we are going to use high school boys.
Probably, maybe girls. Some of the
Maybe
girls.
girls, yeah, because those kids there, they are ranchers. They know how to work.
A lot of them are amazing.
Man, they can put fences up better than any of us can do. So, anyway, so Jim.
Are there any other projects?
Oh, there's so many.
Big ones.
Nope.
I mean, those are the big ones that we are looking at least starting during the first year. She wants to get them all finished. Me being the guy that's doing most of the work,
I'm going to do a lot.
We'll see. Well, really, a couple of them are going to take a lot of time.
Oh, you might want to know the time frame.
Oh, yes.
So, Jim is actually taking all of our household goods there and putting them in the barn that is going to be the commercial kitchen in August, 1st of August, 10th of August, I think. And then I will stay here because I'm working and I'm going to maintain my job till the end of the year. But in October,
so we can spend the first Christmas with these granddaughters.
Yes. So when in October, the first week in October, we are both getting in the Yukon and pulling our RV there. Jim is moving there at that time. And I will come back and live with my daughter for the last 3 months. So the reason that he is going there then is because...
As some of you probably have heard and know, I hear this last year, started as a health insurance agent, specializing in Medicare. And so open enrollment for everything starts.
But you do all of it.
Yes. Open enrollment starts in October, so I want to be there then.
He's already got his license
Don't
for there.
know what this quarantine is going to be like at that point, if they're going to be possible to do face-to-face. So if it is possible to do face-to-face, I want to be there to do that. But by being there, having my presence, I have a lot better chance to get my business off to a much better start.
And if you need insurance, health insurance,
and you're in Missouri,
he's your guy.
So
and
there
he
you
can
go.
do it now. He's licensed there. So just let us know. But that's why he is going early, so that he can be there for the open enrollment to make sure that his business is going well. And I will stay here and finish up this job here and be with my babies, and don't know how we're going to say goodbye. But
yeah. But it's not goodbye forever. Because the plan is...
The plan is that they're coming... She is bringing the babies out for 2 weeks every year, and then
During hunting season, it sounds like.
Well, he'll stay here for hunting. She'll come back. And then I will fly out every 3 months.
That's the plan.
Or so.
Or so.
I'm just going to buy the tickets all in advance for the year. That's the way we can mend our hearts on all of this. So, what Jim said in the beginning, when our dream reappears, grab hold of it and don't let it go. And we are not letting this go. We are so thrilled to be going home.
Yeah, home.
Thanks, guys.